All right, gentlemen, here we go. It's time for fantasy or reality. I'll make a debatable statement. You two take a stand. Bryan, we'll start with you. And I feel like I'm going to choke on this one. Here we go. Statement number one. Leafs rookie goaltender Joseph Woll has a better chance to win the Calder than Connor Bedard. Fantasy or reality, Bryan?
Reality, Gino. Reality. You're dealing with a situation here where it's about narratives. Narratives generally drive this award. That's why Connor Bedard, albeit a great, soon-to-be superstar in this league. He's not quite yet. He's only 18 years old. But obviously all the hype in the world. He deserved all the hype, and he deserved all the expectations that he would be chasing the Calder. But he's on one of the 4 or 5 worst teams in the league. He's 18 years old. I think he's going to be on pace for about 25 goals, 55 to 60 points. This is not a Crosby rookie year, an Ovechkin rookie year. So it opens the door for someone to slide through. This is where Joseph Woll comes in. If he gets 45 to 50 starts, and I think he's going to, if he has elite statistics, I think he will, and he wins a lot of games because he's on a very good team, the narrative will start to come alive. He happens to play in a market that drives a lot of that narrative. I'm going to say it's a reality.
A reality that he has a better chance to win the Calder than Connor Bedard? A better chance? I think that you're in a fantasy world, Bryan, because this is complete fantasy with respect that he has a better chance. Does he have a chance? Yeah, he does, for all the reasons you outlined. 25 goals and 60 points, that gets you the Rookie of the Year. And the bottom line is, there's a leader for the Calder Trophy, and his name is Connor Bedard. And it's not just about goals and points. It's about how he drives significant play, and the numbers are going to follow. And as much as I love Joseph Woll, and as much as he looks like a really good player for the Toronto Maple Leafs, you're talking about an 18-year-old versus a 25-year-old, and that comes into play too. But, hey, listen, when you live in a fantasy world, sometimes you don't see reality.
Hey, they're all grown adults. They're all pros. It doesn't matter if you're 18, 25. If you play well, you boost your stats, you win a lot of games, Craig. I'm telling you, man, ride the reality wave.
All right, just for reference, Bedard right now is the favorite at FanDuel at minus 160. Woll is listed at 30 to 1.
That's great value. Jump on it, Gino.
Right,
Jump on it.
Go ahead. Throw your money away. Okay, Craig, let's start with you on this next one. The Canucks are currently second in the Pacific, just behind Vegas. Vancouver is who their record says they are right now. Fantasy or reality, Craig?
Fantasy. You know, first of all, they beat up on the Edmonton Oilers a couple of times. We know how bad the Oilers have been.
Ouch.
And despite like an improvement in their play, improvement in their record, and Rick Tocchet is really, in my view, doing some good things too, I think that this is a team that's going to be fighting for the playoffs. I don't think they're second in the division. I think that always encouraging signs, but be careful here at 4-2 because there's some areas that this team still has some real serious challenges.
I'm going to say reality, but based on default because of the rest of the division, Gino, which is a little bit cheeky. I might be breaking the rules here. I'm not extrapolating a 4-2 start over 82 games. This is not a team in Vancouver that's going to finish with 105 points. But the Pacific Division is a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. So,
except for Vegas.
Except for Vegas, exactly. And I think LA will get there too. We'll see about the other teams in the Pacific, specifically the teams in Alberta. But if we're talking about it being a reality that they can keep their head above water, yeah, I think they can. I think at this point, if you're looking at 93, 94 points, maybe to get that third spot in the Pacific, that seems like it's a reasonable expectation for Vancouver.
And I think they take it. All right, one more for you guys. 339 players have scored at least a goal in the NHL this year. Johnny Gaudreau is not one of them. Here's a statement. This scoring slump is a sign of a player in decline. Fantasy or reality?
No, that's a reality. That's a reality, Gino. And let's call it what it is. He put himself in a position to decline. He left Calgary, where he was on, in my opinion, the best line in the NHL, if not certainly in the top 3 or 4. Now, maybe Tkachuk was going to leave anyway, so maybe it was going to get to a point where Gaudreau's stats were going to drop off. But you go to Columbus, he's not playing with anyone that's going to help him put up those kind of numbers. Last year, his goal rate went way down. This year, he still hasn't even scored. So I think it's an absolute reality.
Yeah, full-blown reality here for Johnny Gaudreau and what he's confronting now, not only with a Columbus Blue Jackets team where there's not a lot of talent there, but he's going downhill, not because he's not capable of producing points at a certain level, but we're talking about one of the best point producers in the National Hockey League since he entered the league. That's no longer a reality. Reality that is now for Johnny Gaudreau is he's not going to produce at the same rate.
Hey, we're unanimous on one of the three topics. That's not bad. There you have it, fantasy or reality. Bryan Hayes and Craig Button.